Good evening. It is Tuesday night, and tonight we're going to read Genesis chapter 33. Before we get started, I do want to remind you, in case you're not aware, it's supposed to get real cold tonight. I'm sure you know that, but I just want to remind you to please make sure that you've got your that you've got your pipes dripping if they need to. My house, I have to, and everybody doesn't have to, but if you do, and just please make sure that you're careful with your heaters and all that kind of thing. You always hear about people that don't have their heater set up properly, and then there's been a house fire or something, and I would hate for that to happen. So please be careful. So tonight we're going to read Genesis chapter 33, and it is not very long at all, but it is titled Jacob Meets Esau. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the 2 female servants. And he put the servants with their children in front, and Leah with her children, and Rachel and Joseph last of all. He himself went on before them, bowing himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. Now, even as much as he loved his children, he loved Rachel and Joseph the most. That's why he had them at the back, because if they had come in fighting, they would have killed the ones in the front, and maybe Rachel and Joseph could have gotten away. I mean, I know that's why he did that. That's the only reason why he would have done that. But Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. And when Esau lifted up his eyes and saw the women and children, he said, Who are these to you? Who are these with you? Jacob said, The children whom God has graciously given your servant. Then the servants drew near, they and their children, and bowed down. Leah likewise and her children drew near and bowed down. And last, Joseph and Rachel drew near, and they bowed down. Esau said, What do you mean by all this company that I have met? Jacob answered, To find favor in the sight of my Lord. But Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep what you have for yourself. Jacob said, No, please, if I have found favor in your sight, then accept my present from my hand. For I have seen your face, which is like seeing the face of God, and you have accepted me. Please accept my blessing that is brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. Thus he urged him, and he took it. Then Esau said, Let us journey on our way, and I will go ahead of you. But Jacob said to him, My Lord knows that the children are frail, and that the nursing flocks and the herds are a care to me. If they are driven hard for one day, all the flocks will die. Let my Lord pass on ahead of his servant, and I will lead on slowly at the pace of the livestock that are ahead of me, and at the pace of the children, until I come to my Lord in Seir. So Esau said, Let me leave with you some of the people who are with me. But he said, What need is there? Let me find favor in the sight of my Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way to Seir. But Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built himself a house, and made booths for his livestock. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth, Succoth, and that is also the name of the festival. It's spelled slightly different with K's instead of C's, but that's also the name of the Feast of Tents. And I'm assuming that's where that came from. We probably will find out later. And Jacob came safely to the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, on his way from Padan Aram, and he camped before the city. And from the sons of Hamor, Shechem's father, he bought for 100 pieces of money the piece of land on which he had pitched his tent. There he erected an altar and called it El Elohe Israel. So now that's chapter 33. Now, There are people who say that Jacob didn't want to follow Esau because he wasn't going the same way, but we'll find out. Excuse me, we'll find out where all that works out. He did turn aside from following Esau, though. And I'm assuming he took all the stuff with him that he had told Esau he could have. So I guess we will see how that turns out. But anyway, thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope y'all stay warm and are safe, and we will see you tomorrow night.